Yo, what's up guys? I wanted to show you some ksante jungle. I managed to play a game where I thought this pick was kind of decent. I was R5. My lovely teammates picked AP on AP with no DPS. And wanted something that works well against Graves. And as you know, most AD champions are just garbage against Graves. And you know, ksante is not very good against ranged champions in general. It's kind of kiteable. Like his main weakness. I just thought it would be fun here because my team has a lot of chances. I can chance CC with them, I can frontline for them, I can W on them, I can peel them, and like basically multiple enchanters, ksante can shield teammates for quite a lot, and so on and so forth. So I was like, I'm gonna play this character, see how it goes. You might be wondering, well, how the fuck do you even play ksante jungle, dude? What is the purpose of this character? Well, it's ksante, and character is very strong at fighting. And you can itemize resists, which gives you a really fast jungle clear. Like for example, in early game I can stack armor. That gives me the fastest jungle clear, but it's also gonna make it so that Graves does 0 damage to me, so he can just never win skirmishes. And that's just kind of the strength of ksante jungle. Clear is alright. I mean, you're gonna get to crab in time, not a really big deal. You're healthy, as you can see I'm full HP because of the CC I have on my abilities. So I end up CCing camps on the first few levels. Pretty optimistic invade, I don't know what he expects, I'm full life, my teammates can do some stuff. Yeah, everybody misplayed here, whatever. I flash out, I got a camp, we got a 1-for-1, who cares? I can just end up getting top crab. Unfortunately, Bard is just on the entire map, so I cannot go for some enemy camps. I recall and we just go for another full crab. I got a chain vest. And the chain vest is simply going to give me cooldown reduction and damage on my Q, cast time, so it's good not only for playing the jungle, but also for skirmishes. That's just how ksante works. Stack armor MR early, have the best clear possible. Replay is a bit bugged, but hey, whatever. I should get this. No, I just want to look for something because there's just nothing to do. I have to wait for Skullgrab to spawn. It's not really a position where we can look to do the dragon, it's just way too risky. Fortunately, this monkey trash decided to take the portal, kill himself. I'm just hovering a bit to waste their time until I get the Skullgrab. And then, well, unfortunately, I'll die for this Skullgrab because, well, enemy team wants to play. They have a number advantage, so why not? And I couldn't miss this crab as well. Got away R. I get like a home guard, get my topside camps. It's not the end of the world. Like a death like this doesn't matter too much. Huey got the kill, which doesn't really have an immediate impact on the game. And like Huey can super extend his reel right now or something. So we just go back to full clearing, not much to say. It's gonna be kind of slow early game. And here's the thing, I ended up going 2 chain vests. Here will be the runes as well. So this is essential. Shield bash conditioning and flinching is a lot of damage for ksante, and then you can take grasp. Aftershock is okay, but I really prefer grasp. It just scales better, is way more consistent. Aftershock is hit or miss. I can maybe take it into a comp like this, you could say it's good, but I just don't really like aftershock that much in general. I wouldn't hate having it versus this comp. You could say it's viable. Wouldn't necessarily regret using it. And then I went for movement speed runes, because I'm gonna get pretty kited. Approach velocity on ksante is somewhat decent. My team also has a lot of CC. And if you guys didn't know, approach velocity gives you 7.5% movement speed if you walk across champions that are CC'd by your teammates. So there can always be something extra that lets you have an advantage in the game. Anyways, Graves skipped his Krugs and he decided to pull a dragon. But my smite does more damage and he doesn't manage to smite this. I press my R there. Then go for the Jhin as well. He has Swifties. Q is a bit for fun. Maybe I should have kind of waited. That's okay. I get my E here. As the tower shots comes, I kill him. And now we are in a really fucking decent spot. I can go for the crab as well. So I can get Steel Caps plus Shin. And Iceborne is gonna be somewhat standard. But I gotta make sure if I rush Iceborne, my clear is not gonna be good enough because Shin is pretty bad component on ksante in early game compared to just simply having a chain base, which gives you actual damage in CDR and cast time on your Q. Gives you more sustain. Like if you can buy double chain base early, you are gonna take very little damage from camps, you're gonna be able to heal back up easily. Just a bunch of things that you can do. Here I know what I'm doing, like I just clear the scamps. And I'm looking to smite because I expect that Graves used some smites anyway. And even then, it's just not too bad contesting because, yeah, I have 2 camps up. But there's also a pretty good chance if Thresh lands a hook that we can go for a kill with my ultimate. I'm very strong. And I'm just gonna do the job of a ksante of a frontliner here. Because another thing if you want to understand about this comp, and make sure to drop a subscribe, like, comment, whatever. Let me know if you'd like to see something more specific. I'm up to make more videos. Slowly. The other thing is that there's Hui, Jin, Bard, and Graves. These characters are overall quite terrible versus tanks. At the very least, mediocre. So if you can R5 ksante in this spot, it looked like a pretty decent pick, in my opinion. We spamming these guys, they still wanted to fight. They lost some cooldown, some HP, then they just eat abilities under tower for absolutely no fucking reason without waiting for the wave. And then Thresh could still deny the kill from Graves and give it to Jhin or Bard. But then he walks into the Graves with Hubris, cause why not, bro? Give him another Hubris stick. You can just get Hubris sticks like that for fun while I'm stealing his tops in jungle. So, you know, Thresh, Seraphine are full HP with every summoner up. Seraphine can just QE, R the wave, whatever. IRL girl demo. Hey, they died in their tower with every fucking single cooldown up. Welcome to Master Elo Season 15. They are this fucking dog shit. Unlucky. Anyways. We got the Iceborne. Which is gonna give me pretty good DPS and perma slow, some uptime on my E. The CR from Iceborne, compared to most characters, is not that good. You can even rush Deadman's Place on ksante because, like, the CDR doesn't work with your Qs, so you get some CDR on your R, E, W, but it doesn't matter that much. I'm gonna go Deadman's Place second because I think this item is super important in ksante. Because it's a very, very kiteable character, and if I'm playing versus this much mobility and range, and I don't have Deadman's Plate, I'm basically fucking trolling. I'm just saying that I can buy it even first item. Jhin Giga trolls here, so we end up killing him. He doesn't flash soon enough. He wants to reach the wall before flashing. Plays Bard. That's a pretty lucky kill. And as you can see, I'm getting 10 CS per minute. I'm out farming these Graves. Life is good. Go farm a bit more. You can get the components. And I'm maxing my E second, of course. I think W max is terrible. Because by maxing my E, not only the cooldown goes down, which is very valuable, because this ability is super strong in your ultimate form, you know, the cooldown gets halved, and it has a really fat HP ratio and pretty good base, 15% bonus, pretty fat, and then when you all out, as I said, 50% reduction, it goes from 80 to 240, so you're getting 160 shield, and since you're spamming that shield, you're gonna get an extra Ruby Crystal, plus whatever you're getting from the CDR. Well, if you go W max, yes, it does more damage, yes, the cooldown goes down, but it's also a skill shot. Hit and miss. I would never max W on ksante, I think. Maybe if I'm playing versus like a full melee mobile team, it could be okay. Because I could get more value from W in normal form and all-out form W. And the CDR would actually matter. So this is pretty much what we can do. These Graves simply cannot really deal with me for a pretty long time. We just have to know what we're supposed to do here. Magical foot weapon velocity makes it very easy to stick to targets. I got some wing moon plate as well. And that's pretty much it. There's not much you can do. Just getting fucking right click to that. My Q right now does about 244 damage on a 2-second cooldown. It's not the most reliable skill shots. Every ksante is gonna miss a couple Qs here and there. But still a pretty good source of damage. You combine it with a passive. It's like another little Shin proc. And especially against these squishy characters, the DPS with the base ksante is still pretty strong. And that's why I can also clear pretty fine and get this 10 CS per minute. This is a custom skin, by the way, and I love it. I think the base model of ksante is pretty bad. He looks like he has such goofy proportions. And he's dressed like a fucking toy. It's just not appealing. But on the other hand, this Ledros custom skin, which is a character from the Ruined King game, I think that's where they got the model, is pretty fucking good. You can get this Bard. I can run people along with the Deadman's Plate and Iceborne Gauntlet pretty well. Deadman's Plate, very good on ksante. Like I said, you can even rush it, because the clear speed difference and fighting difference between Deadman's Plate and Iceborne Gauntlet for jungle ksante, if you play versus ranged characters, is not that big. I'll probably still get Iceborne Gauntlet second at that point. But I'm just saying you can rush Deadman's Plate and it's fine. Not sure what I prefer anyway. Here I'm just playing disciplined, playing slow. I'm not gonna be able to like turbo force things with ksante anyway. So we just go for kind of calm and collected game. If you play impatient, this is what you're gonna notice if you try to play ksante jungle. If you try to run around and fight people and waste time, you're gonna be really, really useless in the game because it's a pretty low base movement speed character. You have like 330, very low for a melee character. It's one of the actual weaknesses of ksante. But it's even more important to have some movement speed sources. But it's also just him not having a real gap closers. And if you're not clearing everything on cooldown, not clearing waves, you're just gonna find yourself running around like a headless chicken and doing nothing. You have to have a pretty collected game on ksante. That's all I'm saying. Like even here, I'm not running at those people, I'm just farming my camps. Do a little chill full clear first. I do a W here. Fortunately we got stunned. I press R, so it gives me the dash over. Get my slow there. And unfortunately a W up, otherwise I would kill him. But anyways, then my teammates are doing Ashpakan. I try to fuck around with the Jin a bit. Clear the cannon wave, finish the Atakan, we reset, try to protect topside, maybe get scatter crab, etc. Clear submission, and of course by your kind of third, sometimes maybe fourth item you want to get Jakshu, because this simply makes your character scale, since it's a fat damage increase for how ksante works. It's pretty easy to stack in your base form, just walking up to people. Obviously you're super tanky, so my Jakshu is stacked right now because I'm in combat. And yeah, these are just numbers. My Q does 320. A very important part of how ksante works is that this all-out passive ksante attacks, so also auto attacks, abilities and passive deal an additional 4% max health physical damage. And think about it. If you do auto attack plus basic attack, it's like 12% physical damage. And you can do that like so many times. This is where most of your damage is gonna come from in all of situations. Of course, the all-out cooldown makes this Q super low. 1.3, kind of like Yon and Yasuo. That's just what ksante does. Super high DPS in the all-out form. Although, like, pretty kiteable, and you might get bursted, especially versus characters like this. That's pretty much a glass cannon team. But still, it's just like a very consistent game. As you can see, like, yeah, just a brick wall. This was my purpose here. I'm simply a brick wall. It's very easy for your comp like this to play with a brick wall, because enemies are constantly bothered by you. They cannot ignore you. They cannot engage on your team because of you. Like, Graves cannot fucking auto-take anyone because just standing there blocking his passive. The Jin is focused to hit you. You can block every ability, and then your teammates can change CC and land the skill shots for free. Considering that I was last pick R5 in this match, I think it was a pretty fucking good pick, because it's just suffocating for enemies to play. Level 16 here, 10 CS per minute, and we got Cloud Soul. And as you could imagine, this is probably the strongest soul that we could get on this team in this game. It's just absolutely game breaking for these comps that are relying on kite mobility. Get a nice combo on this Fiora here. We half HP her earlier quick. It's a few vitals. Broken character. And she went Bloodthirster third item in this game. She has BT. So I decided to go for Thormail as well. It's another better resist item, which is going to amplify our damage a lot. Also, real scaling really is just this, like, W skills with resists, Q skills with resists, but it also, like I said, this passive that adds max health damage to everything that you deal. Only during the all-out form, to be fair. These ratios work in the base form too. So then we get Baron. I'm a bit upset that my teammates are not playing around Fiora, even though I'm pinging them, which I actually cared about later. Here I was trying to do a bit of a bait, and I'm playing it in a pretty specific way. I think I got smoked by Graves as well, but look, I'm just standing here, chilling, Q him, W him, auto-take as much as I can, but I'm not wasting my E. I'm holding my E because I want to press R and then have it reduced, but I'm also kind of just waiting for my teammates because I know Aurora is super strong and we got Cloud Soul. This Aurora has a very questionable build. Should build, but Then I get this R on Graves, and my E is still up. Then it means I can W through this Fiora, deal a lot of damage. I'm kind of almost immune because it's 75% damage reduction or something. Yeah, 75%. And then I can E on a fucking minion while the guy dies. Just because I held my E. Otherwise my E would not be up to do that there. Obviously, it's a pretty low cooldown, it's like 6.6. But it's just how I wanted to play. Because I think it would have just not come up in time in that sequence. And this is what I end up doing, like, it's just like pretty much what I'm looking to do. And ksante is super strong 1v1. And split pushing is decent because both Iceborne and Dennis play deal damage to towers. So I'm not too worried about playing like this. And then I can just hit towers here because I just kind of have no purpose in mid lane there. So I'm just trying to get myself to full build. Pressure with Baron. Steal the jungle camps. Steal 10 CS per minute. Unfortunately made Sint a bit. I'm blue pet as well, just to save some tempo, because kinda full tank, my clear is not best as ever. And I went Tormail as I promised, which is decent here. I could have won Randuin, but Fiora is like the strongest player, so I think I want to itemize Tormail for Fiora. And of course it's still decent versus the other players, they just don't hit you that often to reflect much damage. And it's not like they have super much crit yet, they have like 50% each. But then I went Ziggs because I only had money to buy Ziggs, right? And it's a decent item. I could also go Locket or Nice Bow. You could say that Nice Bow maybe would be a better purchase. It's not a big deal. Yeah, maybe. I mean, Nice Bow would be good. Sure, I could put it on my Aurora. You could legit say it's a better item. I'm not sure I had enough gold for it. If I'm not mistaken, Nice Bow is a little bit more expensive. I actually forgot they changed the price. But still, the thing is that I have another item. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell it for Randuin. I simply want to be as strong as possible for this fight. Managed to get a recall off and get Elixir as well. And I'm just... Unfortunately, Ari ran down the game. Like, this guy needs to be fucking permaban. Guys, look at this. I don't even know how he can be such a magical inter. We have Cloud Soul, we are very fucking fed. I'm full build on ksante. And this is what Ari does. She doesn't like combo the Fiora instantly. She just assumes that this is not worth it even though she just doesn't have red trinket. And she just sits here and gets fucking stunned by Fiora parry like a fucking bot. Right before Elder is spawning. As it's spawning. As it's in animation. And just kills herself like a fucking animal. And Fiora pinks herself like she did the greatest play of all time, bro. Press W while dashing into an Ari. Whoop-de-doo. Amazing. Flash ult up on Ari. Sits into a fucking Fiora parry. Like, just get banned. Just get fucking banned, you fucking worthless sweetheart. Anyways, guys, let's focus on the game. So, I woke up here, I W that. For fun hook. I'm just hoping that my Aurora plays with us and gets a good backline engage. But unfortunately, she hinted. She survived. This whole fight is ugly. I simply killed the Grace, but then I get a bit kited. It's 4 versus 5. Fiora has too much value against me in late game, I suppose. And here, like, sure, I can commit and kill a Fiora. She has no parry. But I'm 1v3, man. Like, maybe I should just go harder on the Bard earlier. Definitely, I can use my power of the full build ksante here to try to kill this Bard. But, you know, he has Tunnel, he has Q, he has W. I'm gonna get feared by Hui. I did fight them eventually. I almost killed the Bard. Same thing runs out with Tunnel, but... Once again, like, these people continue to surprise me daily, every single fucking day. You know, Aurora could have went around and united with us, but instead she walked up into the fucking Fiora in mid-range with no abilities and killed herself. And then look at this trash. Like, we're stuck here. You're in fog of war. You could throw your fucking hook. He's not even fucking looking at the screen. And instead he gets out of the brush, walks up to do nothing, like, just kill the fucking way. Hello? What are you gonna do? Hook the Fiora? With parry and dashes? No, he just walks up like this, look, bot. Then decides, I should try my hook. Why would Hui even try to go there? He wants to take the portal. If he sees you show a hook. I could at least hook him out of the portal, which would probably fucking kill him. Not to mention, like, just forget everything that happened. Seraphine R is up. But yeah. Lovely teammates, bro, in Master. Lovely. I wish you guys climb to Master and experience these lovely fucking games on the US Super Server. I'm going for fun W into E back. Not much I can say, and they actually end up costing us. Seraphine somehow died, and then Ahri is not even able to kill the fucking 200 life players with Cloud Soul on Ahri. So we actually end up losing the fucking Elder. Because they literally couldn't play worse. I swear. Could have my teammates actually played worse? Let me know in the comments. Could they actually fucking play worse? Can somebody find the technology to make them play worse? I played dog shit here, like I underestimated what Fiora can do, and I overestimated what my teammates could do, and you'll see, basically for fun. I really wanted this Thresh to press some abilities to maybe force a parry, and that'll be fine, then I can fight. But then the problem here is that the Seraphine eats so late, and I'm charging my W, and I'm already committed, and I'm hoping that my Seraphine can hit a fucking E, which would be, I think, stun, if I'm not mistaken, if Seraphine E works correctly. If you E a stunned target, enemies that are already slowed are rooted, and immobilized enemies are stunned. So if you're to be stunned into my W, into hopefully we chunk her really hard or kill her. But a guy didn't E, he didn't press his E ability, okay? So then I already charged my W in anticipation that my Seraphine will E my enemy bed chest, and then I just kill myself because I dash into the fucking parry, which she shouldn't be able to get off, and I get fucking vitaled, 2k true damage. My teammates are of course playing for KDA, not blocking anything at full life, even though like pretty much if Fiora dies the game is chill because everybody else is kind of useless right now. But no big deal, I'll just end up dying. No big deal, team. At that point I should have probably fucking committed with R, if possible, ideally. Lesson learned. ATP, enemy team gets Elder. I don't even want to look at this fight, I'm gonna vomit. Back once again. I think I'll try to steal Baron here because enemies didn't try to zone me, so I actually like had a small chance here to steal it. But he can just combo with auto attack, so it's a Giga Burger flip. Maybe I even give them a chance to end the game, it's not really worth it. And I also still have a shutdown, so whatever. I'm just saying, if Ahri pressed R and landed some charms, I think we can at least trade some kills. Doesn't she have ult here? I guess she doesn't. But she's still playing too much like a fucking pussy. She's playing Cloud Soul Ahri. She could go around, these enemies can't fucking engage on her. And she can at least like trade it 1-for-1 in a Baron steal attempt. But the bro is AFK, like even here, if he's good and lands some skill shots, at least he has an easy way out with ult and Cloud Soul, right? But he has a chance to get double, right? Has a chance to get double. Spitted ruler, bro. Anyways, pimps and players. My Sarah Queen decided to walk up, and this entire game was so like rough because we didn't have an AD carry pick with this like Seraphine R2 into Ahri mid later. It's just like just not enough DPS. You could say I could have picked a higher DPS character, but for these objectives and so on, it just took 3 years to do Atakan, 3 years to do Drakes, whatever. I'm just trying to be patient here, and then Aurora finds some bombas with her late game AP, kill the Hui as well. Cloud Soul, most of people soul in the game, which actually probably won us the fucking game, I'm not gonna lie. Spoiler alert, it's a win. It's just that. It simply ends up being a giga fucking long game for absolutely no fucking reason. Simply absolutely no fucking reason. There is the rendering that I promised. Slashing to minions. Like, this is actually so tilting because they see this wave coming and I'm like, okay, my teammates are gonna hit the wave with their wave clear characters and kill it. But then I realize, wait, my teammates aren't here to wave clear the wave. So they actually get this tower. Beyond insanity. They could also ignore me and still take it. Like, it should be Ahri or Aurora one-shotting the wave with their wave clear spells. I know, crazy concept. The mid wave was fucking here, by the way. So we lost another inhib for fun, for zero fucking reason. They can't even get it, by the way. Like, Seraphim would spawn and we would never lose it. The wave would come here and the tower would still be full HP. It's comedy. Anyways, let's have a look at this Aurora. I need to flame this little master cockroaches at this point because there's just nothing even to talk about because I'm not doing anything, guys. I'm just gonna showcase you that ksante jungle is for sure viable. But I think I go a bit hard here. And then I just run with Cloud Soul. Just fucking around hoping that something happens, because realistically, what is going to happen here? Well, pretty much nothing. There's no objective. I'm hoping that my teammates land some skill shots and enemy team dies. This Fiora walk into a hook. She even played QSS and Mercs, but she walked into a hook. And then we can just kill everyone. If only my teammates understood that if they just played a bit more aggressive on this Fiora to not let her fucking free hit me in every single team fight, would actually have a much better chance at winning. But it doesn't even have to do with that, man. It's just that Ari died at one time before Elder and they played a team fight better, even though it was 4 versus 5. So now, we got Elder. And then, we can also get Baron. And Fiora is trying to back the round inhibitor and take blue buff. And we can actually use this wave to go on their base. So we have the strongest soul, Elder, Atakan, Baron. Let's see what my team does. Here I'm like, okay, we can trade in hips. The wave is here. We got a TP, we got empowered recalls. I can defend my teams from enemies so they can actually recall in peace. Like here I'm just saving this guy, I'm body blocking everything for him, taking the wave ult. And I'm like, okay guys, let's back off. And what does my team do? Well, they just go in enemy tower. So not even 4 late game buffs are enough for these guys to just, you know, play the game like humans. Don't suicide in enemy tower with Aurora. Just because we had to back for this Fiora, otherwise we're gonna lose our fucking base. I got her ultimate, the Seraphim dies as well, and now we are 2v5 stuck in the fucking base. Yes, they couldn't even kill one person. With Elder, Baron, Cloud, everything in a pretty much even number situation. The best thing I can do here is try to stall in some way, shape, or form. And I'm not sure I'm gonna do that, but fortunately Jhin suicided against Ari. Then I Q flash, not flash Q, Q flash the Graves. I'm taking some damage, I'm pressing R. Unfortunately, I died to collect her into my W channel. Otherwise, I could have maybe killed these Graves, although he still had flash. Either way, I stole so much of the damage they could have dealt to the towers and the Nexus, so we can end up respawning and then ending the game. Which lasted for 46 minutes. Cool. 47 pretty much. Cool. Good job, team. You played an impeccable game. And you guys got the idea of this pick. If it seems like a good ksante game, I don't mind playing this character. Like, I really don't mind playing this character. It's solid. It has some strengths and weaknesses. And yes, it sucks that they nerfed his Q and passive damage in early game, which also indirectly nerfed ksante's early jungle clear, but not by too much. As long as you get that early chain vest, you can go chain vest Negatron, you can go Negatron chain vest, and then you can work your way up with some other resists towards your boots, which are usually gonna be for resists, or sometimes I will end up going like triple chain vest, because that can also be fine, or bramble vest. But simply just going a double chain vest or Negatron plus chain vest is fine. Why? Let's just look at how ksante Q cooldown works once again to be clear. Cooldown and cast time reduced by bonus armor and magic resistance. So you need 120 of either armor and MR. You can have 2 chain vests and a Negatron cloak and you cap this. You could have conditioning, you could have something from boots. So it's not that hard to reach this, but it's very important to reach it as fast as possible. It's kind of like getting attack speed boosts early on Yasuo and Yone. If you buy Shin, troll. If you buy HP, it's also troll. So don't rush into Iceborne or other items. The itemization is going to be pretty basic. There are some ideas I have where you can buy some kind of bruiser each damage items like ksante, but overall it's not really worth it because the character, I think, is in most cases probably going to function best with having only items with resistances. And if you can get some HP in the mix as well, that's also going to be pretty nice. There's an HP ratio for some reason on the damage, which is quite low. It only gives me 100 damage, and it's physical. But the E scales pretty hard with health, so 540 shield that you can get on a 3-second cooldown in all-out form. Well, there's just going to be so much shielding, which, as I said, you can also use on your teammates. Like, ksante is very similar to a Braum, right? Like, you're basically playing kind of a Braum in a lot of teamfights, just an immovable wall that can turn into a killer machine. You can walk into a lot of characters. Like, I like playing ksante into Elise, for example. It's nice that you can buy some early negation cloaks, you can W her Cocoon, and you're just generally annoying and tanky for her. Skirmishing against your all-out can be rough. Hey, hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. Cheers, mates.